very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the Nilecast only on West Nile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, Godwin wins Makerere University Business School Arua Campus Guild Prime Minister race. All is set for the West Nile, Acholi and Lango Forgiveness and Reconciliation event. And primary schools in Arua Central Division prepare for athletic competition. This and more in the Nilecast News Bulletin. It's the 27th of March 2024. You're most welcome to the Nilecast only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Makerere University Business School Arua Campus students on the 26th of March 2024 went to the polls to vote for the post of the Guild Prime Minister, where Magezi Gift, the MOVE's Arua Campus Electoral Commission chairperson, declared Apamaku Godwin the winner after scooping more votes than his opponent, Adui Joel. Farish Majid has more on this story.
Following the highly contested Guild President's elections of Makerere University Business School in Nakawa, where Moses Amanyo of NRM emerged victorious over Noops Stewart Chopre and Benedict Luswat of Uganda Young Democrats, the elections vividly surfaced on the media with videos of Juma Waswa Balunywa, one of the candidates who was since omitted from the race over academic credentials, trended for days on various media platforms, attracting public attention. After the Guild President's election in Nakawa, since the different campuses only produced one Guild President, the wave moved to the university's Arua campus for the post of Guild Prime Minister, where two candidates got nominated for the position. At the end of the electoral process at about 6:30 p.m. on 26th of March 2024, Magezi Gift, the MOVE's Arua Campus Electoral Commission chairperson, declared Apamaku Godwin winner after scooping more votes than his opponent, Adui Joel.
Adui Joel got 135 votes. Apamaku Godwin, Chandia, he got 202 votes. But the powers declared to me, as the Electoral Commission of this great institution, that is MOVE's Arua Campus, I declare Apamaku Godwin, Chandia, I declare Apamaku Godwin Chandia the next Prime Minister of this great institution.
Apamaku expressed joy and attributes the win as the 10th Guild Prime Minister of the university to God's favor.
I'm so happy for the results. Of course, I came to win. It wasn't an easy one. You know, competitions, it's actually something that I love so much. And I thank Almighty God. It wasn't an easy one. Each time when I wake up, I pray to God for all this that is happening. You know, it drained me so much.
The opponent, Adui Joel, however, declined to comment on the process, as Dalekubili, the presiding officer of the election, says the exercise was free and fair.
When you look at the process of today, the election was peaceful, the turn-up was massive, sensitization was done, so members turned up very early with the necessary requirements. They have been making our work so easy. We were able to cast votes amicably, and justice was observed in the electoral area, and there was no chaos.
Meanwhile, Atimaku Lazarus, who got voted for Minister for Gender, Disability and Entertainment, hopes to promote gender equity at the university.
Currently, we have gender inequality issues where, when it comes to co-curricular activities, we have issues whereby the boys' team is favored more than the ladies' team. That's the first thing I want to tackle. But coming to classes, our institution MOVE's Arua is doing so well. We don't have issues of awarding marks based on gender.
Sharon Lalam, the Assistant Dean of Students at the university, says the race was competitive, as she says this is going to help groom the students into future leaders.
Well, it's been a very interesting race, I must say, and it's been competitive. We love the fact that these students are confident, they've come out to contest for these positions. And I believe that this is just the starting point at Moves Arua campus. We are grooming them for future leadership.
The newly voted leaders are waiting to be sworn in have been called upon to work together with the university's administration so as to help ensure a smooth tenure while passing out the voice of the students. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the forgiveness and reconciliation between West Nile, Acholi and Lango sub-region is set to take place in a ceremonial event from the 13th to the 14th of April in Nyangiria Senior Secondary School playgrounds in Koboko District, themed Unity in Diversity, Rebuilding Trust and Healing Wounds. Take a look. All is set for the forgiveness and reconciliation between West Nile, Acholi and Lango, set to take place from the 13th to the 14th of April 2024 at Nyangilia Senior Secondary School grounds in Koboko District, themed Unity in Diversity, Rebuilding Trust and Healing Wounds. During the press conference held at Madi, West Nile Diocese headquarters in Arua City, Reverend Dr. Christopher Yiki, the chairman, Central Organizing Committee for the West Nile, Acholi, Lango Forgiveness and Reconciliation event, stated that the objective of this event is to provide a platform to facilitate dialogue and understanding among the communities affected by the past conflicts.
The preparations for the forgiveness and reconciliation is ongoing, and a committee has been put in place by the Bishop of the Diocese of West Nile, the Chief Justice of Uganda, Right Honorable Owini Dolo Alphonse, is leading a team of Acholi and Lango representatives, and the hosts of this function are Bishop Charles Collins Andaku, the Bishop of the Diocese of West Nile, Bishop Pons Ozele, the Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, and the Archbishop Emeritus of the Anglican Church of Uganda, Dr. Henry Lukorombi. The theme for this event is Unity in Diversity, Rebuilding Trust, Healing Wounds. The program of reconciliation and forgiveness is headed by Bishop Professor Alfred Olua, assisted by Dr. Milton Muto. The objectives of the event are: 1, to facilitate dialogue and understanding among communities affected by past conflicts. 2, provide a platform for healing and reconciliation. 3, foster a sense of unity and cooperation among the diverse ethnic groups. 4, empower individuals and communities to actively contribute to peace-building efforts. And 5, to lay the groundwork for ongoing reconciliation initiatives and programs.
Moses Akuma Odims, the Executive Director for West Nile Development Association, WENDA, stated that this reconciliation and forgiveness event will provide an opportunity for the 3 sub-regions of the northern Uganda to work together to bury the hatchets and seek forgiveness from each other.
I know most people out there might ask the question that we have had, for example, that in 1985 there was a reconciliation between the people of West Nile and the people of Acholi. It happened. Why are we repeating? The spiritual dimension of this reconciliation is very, very important, and that's why we see it is the Church of Uganda that is leading in coordinating this activity. But very importantly, I would like to state that reconciliation and forgiveness is not an easy thing. I know there are wounds that are still fresh, especially among war victims that still exist. For example, in the region, we had experiences around the Ombachi massacre. We had experiences around the Muni, Ewota massacre, and of course experiences with the Koni War victims. These are so fresh. We have experiences, for example, between the Janam people and the Acholi people around Noya. Then we have the upper area, which is so fresh in people's minds as really significant conflicts that are still happening. And so this reconciliation and forgiveness event is an opportunity that the 3 sub-regions in northern Uganda are going to work together to really bury hatchets and, of course, seek forgiveness for each other. But very importantly, the historical past about the Idi Amin regime, which actually triggered off the need for this reconciliation, especially when the people of Koboko, the Kakwa, who were led by the late Reverend Gelenga and, of course, Dr. Milton Muto in 2019, who went to Mweching and sought for forgiveness from the people who gathered to commemorate the Jana Lumu Day. And, of course, also forgive those who had wronged the people of West Nile. And so this triggered a momentous need for this reconciliation to happen.
Caroline Ochanda, the Vice Chairman of the Central Organizing Committee for the Forgiveness and Reconciliation event, is encouraging the general public to participate and support this event so as to continue walking in the journey of healing.
As the theme says, unity in diversity, rebuilding trust, healing the wounds. People have been hurt, and healing is a process. And this is what they have identified, that they need to make people go through this process of healing. It's not a one-day thing. Yes, it started in 2019, but we're still walking this journey. People were hurt. Up to now, people are hurting. And when they remember what happened in the past, they keep on reflecting and they feel the pain. So this is a healing process, and I will encourage people to participate fully, people to come for this function. We may be hurting within ourselves, even in our homes, and this is where maybe you can pick something from this event to take home and go with. We're expecting a very big number from Acholi, a big number from Lango, and also West Nile. We expect you to come in big numbers. This is something we should own and we should accept to walk this journey with our leaders.
On the 16th of February 2019, a team from Kakwa tribe, together with representatives of Madi West Nile Diocese, began the reconciliation between the three regions in a function where forgiveness and reconciliation was made between the Kakwa and Acholi for grievances committed. This West Nile, Acholi and Lango reconciliation event is expected to sow seeds of peace, understanding and nurture a future where communities in Greater West Nile, Acholi and Lango regions can thrive together. Okumaringa Christine, for West Nile Television, Nilecast. And more in our stories, the implementation of the Community Service as a sentencing derives its mandate from the Community Service Act of 2000 and the Community Service Regulation of 2001 by the court. Politicians and the section of the community members who believe in seeing whosoever has been sentenced by the court to be in prison have been facing challenges in the implementation of the community service as a sentencing, despite its benefits of decongesting the prisons and providing magistrates with a wide range of sentencing options. Stephen Okello from Gulu reports.
Hundreds of people are behind this wall. It is overcrowded with unhygienic and dangerous living space, leading to spread of diseases and increase the risk of illness, losing its core mandate to rehabilitate offenders as it amplifies anxieties and depression to those prisoners. Community service orders has offered options to magistrate with a wide range of sentencing options, which benefit both the convicts, especially those convicted on minor offenses, to service their sentence outside prisons, hence decongesting prisons or detention centers.
We all know that the prisons are congested. We all know that government pays a lot of money to feed these prisoners. We all know that when we give community service orders, all of us stakeholders get free labor.
Babe Geoffrey Latar is one of the beneficiaries of the community service.
When I reached court and they gave me that opportunity to serve the community service, from the day they appoint me or they gave me that sentence, I didn't fail even a single day.
According to Beberu, serving his sentence outside prison did not only offer him means for reconciliations and peaceful coexistence between him and the victims, but also changes his life.
Community service has changed my life. And through that sentences I met in this office, I also succeed to get a job in the resident state attorney. I'm now working as a cleaner.
Barije said Gulu Chief Magistrate explained that issuance of community service order provides magistrate with a wide range of sentencing options, among other benefits to both Uganda Prison Service and police.
Community service is being widely considered as a mode of reducing congestion in prison, and will welcome the initiative that the committee puts in and the resources to ensure that everyone is done.
With all these benefits to both government and local community at large, it has come to the attention of Judicial Commission of Uganda that section of politicians and other community members, especially those related to victims, are not appreciating this colorful move.
They are admitted having limited usage of Police Form 103, and these social inquiry reports is not fully appreciated by the stakeholders.
The claim, which was rubbished by Christopher Mara, Nua District Resident Commissioner, and blamed this on limited information sharing from the Directorate of Community Service, Ministry of Internal Affairs.
We appreciate this initiative, and it's very beneficial the way you have put it. The only gap that needs to be addressed are the information sharing, and whenever sentencing is given, who and where are these people doing the punishment, so that people understand that this is actually, it can be appreciated.
Justice Asime Tadeo, a National Community Service Program's chairman, called upon his members to step up the sensitization bar to help change the mindset on the program.
So as stakeholders, I think we are just reminding ourselves that we are under duty to spread this charisma, to continue the gospel for our people to appreciate it as an alternative service. We say this because there is a need for mindset change. We are still stuck in the era of Hammurabi. Remember that? An eye for an eye. You wrong me, you should be incarcerated, custodial sentence.
Community service is a non-custodial punishment by which, after convictions, the court, with consent of the offenders, makes an order for the offenders to serve the community rather than undergoing imprisonment. The offenders is expected to perform this for a period of specified time. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, Nilecast.
And more in our stories, the Electoral Commission has told legislators on the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee that they're faced with a funding gap of 960 billion shillings in the financial year 2024-2025, which will affect the electoral activities ahead of the 2026 general elections. According to Electoral Commission, out of the 1.1 trillion shillings needed to organize the 2026 polls, yet the Ministry of Finance has only allocated 150 billion shillings. The Electoral Commission officials, led by the chairman, Simon Biamukama, on Wednesday appeared before the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee to present their budget estimate for the financial year 2024-2025. The committee, however, expressed reservations about the budget, saying other areas of service delivery need to be prioritized. The Commission says they are faced with challenges of implementing court ruling that paved the way for the participation of the Uganda in the diaspora and those in prisons in the general polls.
viewers, you are most welcome for today's edition of NILE Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson Pastore. Every day stories continues to break in the world of sports. I can confirm to you the last qualifiers in Euro 2024 has already happened, but let's kickstart it with what is happening within the region of West Nile. This time, not about the inter-school ball games. I'm saying it like that because in the last few days, few weeks, I've been basically bringing for you what is happening in the world of inter-school ball games, more special for the districts and also the city of Arua. This time, I want us to take a different angle, and we also take the angle to another story. It's all about the kids, the primary schools in Arua Central Division, this time prepared for the forthcoming athlete competition. Let's have the file story. As the days for Arua City Primary School's athletic competition narrows, schools in Arua Central Division are now in massive preparation for the tournament. Some nursery and primary schools like Brightstar, Onzivu Primary School, Mvara Junior Primary School, and among others are in high gear for the tournament. Amayo Festas, the games teacher at Swal Hill Primary School and chairman Technical Games and Sports Arua City, says the teams are set for the tournament and the level of the competition will be high this year.
As of now, there are different schools that are training here at Barifa. The training is going on well. There are very many schools that are training here, and the way I've seen the level of competition is going to be high. And for us as Swal Hill, we started the training late, but as of now, the athletes are coping up. We expect the school to be competitive during the set dates for the coming athletics.
Atiku Alex, the games teacher on the primary school, says they have just started with the training because they never had training ground, but it's proceeding on well.
We have started our training today. We have been facing a challenge of not having the ground for training. That's why our training delayed. We have started it today, and it is going on well. And the kids are interested in the training. We did not organize class competition because we don't have the ground. We are going to run in zones. We have 6 zones. After the inter-school competition, we shall go for now zonal competition, where there are 6 zones, and these 6 zones are going to compete. The zonal competition will start on the 17th April and it will end on 18th. It will take 2 days. If all goes well, I think that is the schedule for the kids athletics competition.
Bakole Siraj, the games teacher Brightview Nursery and the primary school, similarly says the training is proceeding on well and they want to defend the trophy they won last year.
We started it with the inter-class, and actually the training is going well. Being the defending champion, it also means a lot. That's why we are ever here, and in our programs we have 2 sessions of the training. We train in the evening and the morning hours. The training is pushing on well, and our target is to defend our trophy, because Brightview has been known because of identifying talents of small kids. We are pushing on well. Our aim is to present, to come and participate and compete for these competitions, which are starting very soon, and we are ready to go and we are ready to defend our trophy.
Arua Central Division Primary School's athletic competition is set to commence on Thursday and climax on Friday next week, but the screening of the athletes will be on Tuesday and Wednesday also next week. Oraku Benson Pastore, West Nile Television Nile Sports News. Away from the region of West Nile, and this time away from the story of the kids in Arua City preparing for the athletic competition. Let's get to what is happening continental. Yesterday there was a very big friendly match between our own Uganda Cranes and Ghana. I can confirm to you that the game ended in a 2-2 tie. And of course, those goals for Ghana were scored by Opoko. We saw one coming from Jordan Ayew. Meanwhile, those goals for Uganda Cranes were scored by one actually came from Stephen Mukwala. It was a penalty after Rogers Mato was fouled in the 18-yard box. And then the equalizer, the last goal, was scored by Muhammad Saban, a Jagason. Still in more of the sports stories, this time international is all about the last-minute qualifiers. I am talking about 2024 European Champions qualifiers, and games we have played yesterday. The biggest of it was between Georgia and the country. Georgia actually did take on Greece, and the full time of that game ended in a barren draw, and we saw Georgia, for the first of its kind, they have proceeded to a major tournament, this time European Championship 2024. They had never qualified for the tournament before, and they managed to proceed ahead through penalty shootout, where they won it by 4-2. Not only that encounter, there was also a game between Wales and Poland. The full time of that game also ended in a barren draw, and it ended by 5-4 in penalty shootout, and Poland managed to go through. Meanwhile, in Ukraine, there was also another encounter between Ukraine and the country of Iceland, and Mudryk, of course, scored the winning goal to see that Ukraine also transpires to 2024 European Champions qualifiers, beating Iceland by 2-1. That one brings us to the end of today's edition of NILE Sports News. In front of the camera has been me, Benson Pastore. Let's link up again tomorrow, as I will be feeding you again with what is making headlines in the world of sports.
Thank you, Benson Pastore, for that sports news and that sports highlight. That, viewer, marks the end of the NILEcast only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILEcast to the end of the NILEcast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the